And I am back. Man. So anyway, let's continue, shall we? Let's see, where do I need to go? Oh wait, I can actually get to the roof another way. Hang on, what was that? That's right. Okay. Damn it, come on. There you go, just right over here. Ah! The favorite of everybody. Damn it.
Thank you.
Okay, so what does that sound like it says? It sounds like it says, it's supposed to sound like it says thank you, right? But here's the thing. Everybody who listens to it claims that it says, fuck you. It doesn't.
Thank you.
In fact, I think that might have been an issue with the remake, because this one doesn't really sound like it much.
Thank you.
In fact, ever since I found out that the word is thank you, I haven't been able to hear it any other way. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just different than everybody else. Or maybe I'm just not a child anymore and know that it's not saying something wrong. Though, it's kind of sad that children actually believe that it says that now. Yeah, I'm one of those that thinks it's weird that kids drop the F-bomb. I'm not gonna lie. There he is. I was like, I know one of these guys lied. Damn it. Of course, I swear in all my videos, so I mean, it's not like it's the strangest thing. Though, I have discovered that not very many young people watch my videos anyway, so it's not the biggest concern of mine. I do remember there was this one channel, and one of the funniest things in the world is I remember finding out that apparently a person, a kid that was on there, his channel was taken over by his mom, right? And he goes, and like the thing says, hey, this is so-and-so's mother. You really need to stop swearing if you're gonna have my kid watch your stuff. And the guy actually ended up responding, and this was hilarious. He came out and he was like, okay, you know, I respect what you're saying, I do. But you gotta realize, I'm not the one who is like, you know, telling your kid to watch my stuff. They're watching it on their own. And basically he goes on to say, I'm allowed to say whatever I want on the internet. It's basically a free country, you know, like if I want to swear on the internet, I can swear on the internet. It was even funnier is apparently she commented again and was like, no, you have kids watching your stuff. You should be more, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? You should be more considerate with what you say and all that. And I remember after, like, hearing about this, I just laughed so hard. You know, I know I shouldn't. But I was just like, you know, I think at the time that happened, you know, I was a little younger. But, you know, I saw nothing wrong with swearing at that age either. I don't know if I'd even started YouTube yet. Like, an actual, like, started, like, really making videos. I don't really remember. But I remember, you know, reading that, like, or hearing about that on his video. And I was like, you know, that's never happened to me. Like, I've never had anybody come on and say, hey, you need to watch your language. And part of it now comes from the fact that I don't think people care that much anymore. For one thing. Like, I just don't think that people care anymore. Like, you don't really hear of people caring much about you know, swearing anymore. Like, even my good buddy said this. He was like, you know, swearing in movies and stuff is no longer really regulated. And it's almost as if, you know, nobody cares anymore, basically. Which is true. Nobody really cares anymore. Is there something else in this room? I don't really remember. Or is this just for the one-up and supplies? I think that's all it is. Okay. Just a neat little trick that I remembered. There we go. But I've always thought if someone did do that, like if someone did come up, like, you know, approach me on the comment section, message board, whatever, and they said, you swear way too much, I would kindly say to them, I would be like, you know, it's true, I do, but it's not like I am encouraging anybody else to do the same. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, like, oh, everybody, you should go around dropping the F-bomb all the time. It's the greatest thing to do. No. Because, for one, I don't really, like, there was this thing, and it was like this guy, and he was talking about how, like, he doesn't really like to use the F word that much, but he does, you know. Big outdoor is very tough. Stupid bear is not fast enough. I love that. But, yeah. Like, if I had someone actually just flat out ask me, you know, about it, I would be like, well, I mean, yeah, I don't like saying the F word, and I don't, like, it's one of the least common swear words that I would like to use. Unless I'm just really pissed about something like, oh, well, that's not gonna work. But, like, you know, I think I've told you guys before that when I'm at work, a lot of times what I end up saying is I will drop, like I basically say, like, I'll just say, God damn it, I don't have fucking time for this. I say that a lot at work whenever something goes wrong. Shit. And, it's funny, you know, because when I'm on my channel, I find myself saying like, don't use this language, don't use that language. And I'm sure some people are like, be yourself, just if you have to swear at something, do it. Like I know my friend says, he's like, people come onto your channel and if they complain about the way you're talking, then you can just kindly tell them to leave, But, maybe it's because I'm too soft-hearted, but I find myself feeling like a dick if I was to do that, Oh. I believe there are notes like in the pews or whatever they're called. I mean, this is technically supposed to be a church, I guess. I've always thought that was kind of funny. There's always been this like big debate. Mozart plays his organ with ease, but can you follow him on the keys? Oops. Bad bear, but now watch me copy this tune, and amazed I'll be. Uh-oh. Yeah, you do get hurt every time you do the wrong one, so be very careful. I thought it was really cool that you could just do this while he does it. That makes it so much easier than having to like watch him and then do it, I think he does 3 notes in a row at one point. Thought he did. Your music skills are mighty fine, so take this golden piece of mine. I don't know how you get it, actually. Oh, wait, I know how. Anyway, as I was saying, so, like, it's always been a thing that people go over. It's like, like, I know that, I always think it's so funny when I talk about other people, but the grunts, they tend to get, like, really angry at the games they play. Of course, it's in their name. But, like, there was a, thing on there one time, and it was basically saying something along the lines of, like, geez, like, why do you, like, get so bent out of shape about stuff, And it was even funnier because I was actually talking to this guy at work, and he was saying that, like, Let's Players are his, like, least favorite thing to watch on YouTube. And, me being a Let's Player, I just kept my mouth shut. I was like, I'm curious of why he says this. Let me listen in and find out. And it was actually kind of funny, his reasoning. His reasoning was because a lot of them are fake, he said. Like a good example of this is, that I tend to get very vocal about you know, things in the game. For example, let's see, I think this just gets you up to the rooftop where there's more notes. But like I've said that before, like I've been like, whenever I die and stuff, I get really pissed off and I get vocal about it, right? And so he was like saying, I don't know if that's what he meant or if he was meaning something else. But, you know, I thought that was funny because I was like, huh. And so it made me just kind of think to myself, it's like, you know, I wonder if anybody thinks I'm faking whenever I'm getting like extremely pissed off at the game, or if people realize that I'm being serious whenever I'm like, God, you know, like just like start like just like freaking out and just cussing up a storm, that people think I'm just making it up. Because I'm here to tell you, most of that, like a really big portion of that is real. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of silly. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So I was right, it is this stage. Okay, good. Nothing else up here. Where the hell am I? I was lucky. I like how in the intro to the game, there's this like one like intro that you can get where Banjo like falls off like this really high area, but before he hits the ground, it like ends the thing and brings it back to another one. Is there anything else there? Let me see. Just firing that. Firing that, okay. And yes, I was right, there are some notes on these things. Thanks for that. Hey, do you want to mess with me too? Apparently not. I've always loved the music that plays in here, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. This kind of haunted organ music that plays in here is pretty awesome. I mean, it's kind of what like the whole area plays, but I mean, like, this room kind of seems to add like a more organ sound effect to it, and it's kind of neat. I still think that was so funny when I first found out about that. Someone was playing this game and I watched it. And I saw them do that. I was like, are you serious? And I don't know if I've ever told this story, but I used to have an old friend of mine who had 100% completed this game, right? And he knew that I owned it too. So at one point he asked me, he's like, hey, have you completed the game? And I was like, no. And he's like, oh, well, you know, I was going to show you, like, the final boss if you had, but he was one of those that believed that everybody should, like, experience the game first before they, you know, do anything like that. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. I mean, that's what he wants to do. But part of me was just like, just show me the boss, I won't care, you know? And I had to actually watch a Let's Play to find out what the boss of this game was, like, and how the boss fight worked. Some people are going to be pissed about that, I'm sure. Yeah, if you thought for some reason that, that it'd be blind, the boss fight, no. I already know how the boss fight basically works. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but... Damn it, I want to go back up there to make sure there's nothing else up here. Just one golden feather, that's it? Yeah, screw that. I don't even need that. Ah, Mumbo proud of pumpkin spell. Make good soup. Supposedly makes better pie, but I don't know. You know, I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna piss people off. I hate pecan pie. I do. I hate it. And it's funny because my entire family loves it. Like, so, it's always hilarious, like, during Thanksgiving and all that, because they'll have more pecan pie than pumpkin. And I can actually stand to eat pumpkin more than I can pecan, because I just hate pecans. So, yeah, it's just a funny little thing. Anyway, what I think you want to do is you want to come in here real quick. I think that's just out of your reach. But how you get it is you have to come over to an area where careful, to where like the ground meets the hedge, you know. Here, I'm not sure. There's this area where like you can actually go where there's a ramp and you can get up to the top of the hedges from it. I'm trying to remember where it is. Oh, what do you know? However, if you're collecting everything in the stages, you really don't need to worry about finding the tokens. I've had to actually go back and find the tokens because I didn't realize that I was missing some. I felt stupid then. Where is it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, by the way, the pumpkin can do no attacks, so, just like other transformations, be very careful. Oh, but it can walk through this water, if I'm correct. Yeah. If I had to guess, I would say it's because it's poisonous. But there's nothing in the game that tells you that, you know? There's nothing that says, hey, this water is poisonous, you can't go in there. Yeah, you can come up here with that. Wait, what is this for? God damn it. Let me just up there so I can look. Nah, I guess it's just to get back to the thing if you were to decided to do it as Banjo. Huh, what do you know? Anyway, you want to jump down here. Up here. Carefully grab these things down here. And yes, these things can hurt you, so be very careful. I forget what their names are. I honestly don't remember. Unlike most games that were on this N64, I don't think there was like a thing that said like a list of enemies and all that. I just have to look it up. Actually, I think they're in the book. What's funny about that is if you if you look it up in the book, it actually like shows a picture of it, and like I think it had a threat level, which was pretty cool. Like how threatening the enemy was and all that. Pretty cool stuff, but I mean, I don't know. Oh crap, I'm not accomplishing. I'm not sure why. Not that that's like really the worst thing ever. I've played before where I don't accomplish much, so I guess it's not the strangest thing. Whee! I just love the jumping sound when you're the pumpkin. And the fact that his little hat pops off. Which could be dangerous, like he'd probably be like losing his brains. So yeah, you can run all over this now. I don't think this one actually leads you anywhere. Damn it, where is it? I don't actually remember. I need to be able to get up here. And there's a way to do it, but only in a certain spot. My back just started itching like crazy. Again, as if you really didn't know that, but it's the truth. Damn it, jump, please. I swear it was in this maze, but I literally cannot remember. Oh man, I'm yawning like nothing else, ain't I? I still got a couple more videos I want to do today. Oh, I'm only gonna do so many of these, by the way. I'm not gonna do as many of these as I did, like Super Mario 64, for example, which is now officially out. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this as of this recording. Which, I don't know, should I severely date myself? Let's see. Yeah, it's March 13th, so, yeah. 2016, if you have to know the year. Who's this late? Aha! Okay. But yeah, that's when, like, the second episode of it came out, so... Anyway, those who are wondering, so basically, my plan was to literally just continuously upload that for a while. And you know, I said on the first episode that this was a 200 subscriber challenge, right? Was to 100% complete this game for the first time ever, right? And it's funny because that might sound kind of interesting. It's like, if you've never played a game before, why would you want to do a 100% run through it? There we go. I think that's the only other one that you can get. Oh, no, there is one more, but I have to change back because, yeah, so I'm going to end the episode, meet you back as Banjo. Well, back in Mumbo's hut at least, so I can change back to Banjo. And we'll go from there. Till then, everyone, bye.